Hey, it's D. It's a brand new episode coming right for you, right on the FTO network. Enjoy. Hey, how we doing? D here with a brand new episode of FTO Podcast. It's good to be back. The week went weird last week because my daughter's birthday was last week. I didn't want to do a podcast. I should have said something, but I'm gonna get two podcasts for you this week. Today is Monday of the recording of this podcast. Also, we didn't have a chance to do table cheese recording. Gotta fix that problem also, so you didn't get like two podcasts delayed this week. It's been rough. Going. I'm in my car again, and I just wanted to come and talk to everybody. You will get like your regular scheduled FTO podcast. Don't worry. Like, it's gonna be that. Like, you signed up for this. You said, hey, this is what I want. I told you this is what you're going to get. So don't you worry. Like, we're here for you. We got you covered. A lot of news this week. A lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff to get into our mind balls and to just go and talk about. If you're still listening to this podcast after all that, like, I appreciate it. Thank you for all that. A lot of stuff I did this week. I did get a chance to watch No Time to Die, the James Bond film. Took me a while to finally get around to watching that. I caught up on House of the Dragon. I haven't watched this recent weekend's episode of House of the Dragon, but I am caught up on like a lot of the other stuff. So I've been doing that as well. I saw that Hellraiser has a new movie on Hulu. Apparently, like, the new Hellraiser Pinhead is a Disney princess by some people's standards. So who knew? Pinhead will be gender bent and made into a Disney princess. Good on her. May she slay her enemies with her puzzle cube. Cause I'm apprehensive about watching this. Heard a lot of good things about it though, but like the ratings say otherwise. The ratings, IMDb gives it a 6.1. Rotten Tomatoes has a 67. Google gives it like a 71. Like, Not said, but it's horror. So you know what? I take horror ratings with a grain of salt, because not everybody likes horror movies. Even like good critics, can be very over-judgmental when it comes to horror films. But maybe it's not good. Maybe I won't like it. Who knows? I'll check it out though. I'll do a TikTok review, and we'll go from there. But a lot of stuff happening this week. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of renewals talked about this week. Legend of Vox Machina is renewed for a third season. Second season hasn't even came out yet. Renewed for a third season at Amazon, so that's happening. They released this news at the New York Comic Con. That season 2 will debut in January, and season 3 is already in the works. So if you love the show, Legend of Vox Machina, congratulations. You get 2 seasons for the price of 1 already. The new trailer for Doom Patrol season 4 is finally here. So HBO Max will drop the 4th season December 8th of this year. So get ready for that. I have not watched the 3rd season of Doom Patrol. That is also on the list of things to do. But 4th season coming here. Trailer already dropped. The Blade movie is on pause after losing its MCU director. The director was Bassem Tariq. Recently stepped down. It was announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2019 that, like, this is going to happen. And they're like, you got some changes happening, and now it's not happening. They're also pausing at the MCU a lot of other movies. I think I made a comment about this on Fukuname's Instagram page, that they are trying to get their writing different. I mean, and, like, they are. Because from what, like, I understand about the last episode of She-Hulk, spoiler alerts, the last episode of She-Hulk pretty much says that they cater to a certain kind of fan. Like, they cater to a certain type of fan, the MCU fan, the fan who grew up with this at age, since the first Iron Man movie came out. And they've been catering to those individuals ever since. And, like, now they're changing their ways with the MCU. Which, I've been saying for a good minute now. Like, if you go back, I got receipts on that one, so yeah. So, I'm assuming they're going to go more of a, I wouldn't say all ages, but definitely more of a less family, more here's your category for certain films. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing in the future of the MCU. Like a lot more, some funny, some not so funny, some geared more towards like certain genders, and we're going to take it as we get it. How does that directly affect this Blade movie? I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like it has something to do with it. I really do. Next up, Titans Season 4 trailer is also revealed. So that's also happening. The show will be coming back Thursday, November 3rd on HBO Max as well. But the trailer has been dropped recently. So October 11th, I think was the date that the trailer dropped. Next up, this is a cool one. This is really awesome. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur renewed for a second season by Disney Television. So the show hasn't even premiered yet. Hasn't even came out. Comes out February 10th of next year, 2023. But they like the show so much, it's already got renewed for a second season. So, if you were excited about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, congratulations, you got yourself a brand new second season. Like, that's two for the price of nothing. So, good on that. That wraps up your news of the week. Actually, it was last week's news. So, it wraps up the news of last week. Let's talk about things you should check out. There's a lot of things you should check out. A lot of things like I posted some of these. No, I didn't. I didn't make anything for this. I took a whole week off, I guess. Like, I'm still exhausted. I was sick, too. I'm feeling better, if that's any consolation. I'm feeling a lot better, so. Let's talk about things to check out. It is a movie, first off. Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends came out October 14th. It is 4 years after the event of the last Halloween Kills. Laurie is living with her granddaughter, Allison, and is finishing writing her memoir. Michael Myers hasn't been seen since. Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, had decided to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. So, that's it. That's a thriller horror from Universal. That's the one. Next one is She Said. She Said comes out November 18th. New York Times reporter Megan Dowie and Jordan Cantor breaks one of the most important stories in generation, a story that helped launch the Me Too movement and shatter decades of silence around subject of sexual assault in Hollywood. This is also about Universal Pictures. It's a drama. It sounds very riveting. Very riveting. So definitely something to look out for. Comes out on Apple TV+. Next up, Overwatch 2 on a PC came out October 4th. A lot of people are talking about Overwatch 2, by the way, before I read the synopsis. And first off, the synopsis is very long, so I won't be reading all of it. But if you want to hear more about Overwatch 2, I know that Anton Six and his crew talked about Overwatch 6 quite a bit on like their last two previous episodes. So if you want to hear more about Overwatch 2, make sure you check out their podcast. The dawn of the new Overwatch. Reunited and stand together in a new age of heroes, Overwatch 2 builds an award-winning foundation of epic competitive play and challenges the world heroes to team up, power up, and take on an overwhelming outbreak of threats around the globe. Sounds like the first one. So, see what happens. Next up is Astrigos, Curse of the Star. I think I said that correctly. On the PS5. It's also on a PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and it came out October 11th of 2022, this year. Welcome to the Alps, a city-state full of magic and wonder inspired by ancient Rome and classical Greek design. From the mist-covered bizarre streets, the gloomy sewers, the enigmatic forests at the city's outskirts, to deep chasms full of glittery crystals. The landscapes of the Alps are full of beauty and danger. I butchered that one. You can hear the congestion in my voice, and it's starting to get to me. There's a snot, joy. That's what you need on podcasts, right? Good snot shuffle. But Curse of the Star comes out October 11th. Next up, The Midnight Club. Like, I had a friend who watched this show. And I asked them about it. They said they watched. I gotta follow through and see what they thought about this, because I'm really interested in watching this. Simply because like the rating to it is TVMA, like it's not for kids. So it's on Netflix, I believe. Yeah. The synopsis is: a group of terminally ill teenagers, 80 Iggy Rigney, Rot Cod, William Chris Sumner, Aya Fakuhara, Anaraha Shepherd, and Saryana Sapkota at a hospice meet in the midnight to tell each other scariest tales in a series of adaptations on Christopher Pike's novel of the same name from Mike Flanagan and Leah Frog. It sounds interesting. It really does. Sounds really interesting. And next up, The Winchester, Season 1. This came out October 11th. The prequel to Supernatural tells the story of how John, Drake Rogers, and Mary Winchester, Meg Donnelly, fell in love as they fought demons with fellow hunter Lakita, Nina Korstrig, and Carlos Jonathan Jojo Felides. It's on the CW. I mean, where else would it be, right? And lastly, The Watcher came out October 13th. Season 1 is also on Netflix. Based on a true story, Dean, Bobby Cannavale, and Nora Brennock, Naomi Watts, discover their dream house has a very unwelcoming neighbor, including frightening letters about someone watching them in the Strela limited series created by Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan. That is your thing to check out for this week or last week. I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. If my energy isn't here for this episode, I apologize. I am really exhausted, but I can't keep putting off a podcast, man. You guys are here for a thing, and I'm here to do that thing, so here we are to do that thing. But I'm taking a little break, and I'll be right back.
What's going on, guys? My name is Nemo, and you probably know me as Who is Nemo on TikTok. And I just want to take some time out today to talk about a very special podcast. Now, that podcast is fto-nerd-talks. Now, FTO is a podcast that gives you daily updates on all things pop culture. So, if you're into anime, manga, comic books, TV shows, movies, and all that good stuff, FTO is the podcast for you. Now, I know what you're all thinking. There are so many podcasts out there that already do the same thing, and I'm about to tell you why FTO is so special. Now, FTO is so special because they emphasize on Black nerd culture. Not only that, if you like to be interactive with your favorite content creators, FTO is the special podcast for you. Now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you just want to state your opinion about a certain project, they will engage with you. So if you haven't already, please go follow FTO Nerd Talks on all social media platforms. And if you haven't already, please do me a favor, follow them on Apple Music and Spotify so you don't miss out on their weekly podcasts. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
All right, I'm going to go blow my nose for a bit, and I am back. Why does it always sound worse when you blow your nose? Like, you just can't get that last bit of mucus out of yourself. It's crazy. Are you supposed to say mucus on the radio? Too late. Already said it. Anyways, one of my favorite parts of the show is comic books to read. First off, we got Batman vs. Robin, House of the Secrets, House of Death. In the wake of Damian's devastating attack at the Batcave, Bruce and Alfred are on a run and running out of time. Magic users across the planet are experiencing dangerous and deadly power flares, and Batman must solve the mystery for his friends and allies are turned into ash. That is written by Mark Waid and Mahad Asara. The colorist by Jody Bellar, and letters by Stephen Wand. Let's see. Next up is Marvel Comic Books, Legion of X, issue number 6. The Divine Judgment of the Attack on Mars. Judgment Day has arrived, and our very own Legion is on the chopping block. The Eternal Uranos launches a savage attack on Araco. But it's not only the planet Mars that's at stake. Is David Haller a hero? Will he succumb to his madness, just as everyone, perhaps even the Celestial themselves, predict? This is an AXE Judgment Day tie-in. This is written by Simon Supler, Raphael T. Pimentel, colorist by Frederico Blair, and designed by Tim Muller. Next up, IDW Publishing is doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 133. With Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Raphael away in search of new allies to join the good guys against the Rat King latest deadly gambit. It falls on Donatello Janica to lead to fight in Mutant Town against the terrible trio of Mayor Baxter Stockman and General Krang and Madame Null. This is also a tie-in. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Armageddon Gang tie-in. I have not been checking that out. Story by Tim Waltz. Story and variant covers by Kevin Eastman. Interesting. Writer is Sophie Campbell. Look at that. Colorist Rhonda Patterson. Letters by Sean Lee. Next up, Image Comics. Do a Powerbomb. Issue number 5. FYSO have made it clear. They think they're better than every other wrestler in the Death Life with a Y. But are they ready for anything goes death match? Sun is still bringing the barbed wire to a final like no other. That sounds really interesting, actually. Like I don't know what to say to that one. That sounds like sometimes I can get around, get my head across. This is done by Daniel Warner Johnson and art by Mike Spicer, letter by Russ Wooton. What else we got? We got Marvel Comic Books, All Out Avengers, issue number 2. The cover is hilarious. The Avengers are on their knees in chains and at the mercy of Doctor Doom. Their only hope lies in the one man with the strength, honor, and sheer decency to possibly stand against the oncoming darkness. The hero the world known as Doctor Doom? Plunge into the action from page 1, and hold on for dear life, gentle reader. This tale does not let up for a moment. This is written by Derek Landy, art by Greg Land, interesting, inker by Jay Lestine, colorist Frank Diamarta, and letters by Corey Petit. Next up, Marvel, Wakanda. Issue number 1. The Black Panther is no longer welcome in Wakanda. Who is this proud nation without its king? This exciting miniseries answers the question as each issue spotlights a different fan-favorite Wakanda character. First up, Shuri proves that being without the Black Panther does not mean Wakanda is without its heroes to protect it, and that there is reason she too wants to wield the power. Wow, they're really mimicking like the MCU, it sounds like. Writer by Evan Narcissus. Other writer, Stephanie Williams. Penciler is Paco Medina. Artist, Natasha Brustos. Inker, Walden Wong. So it's a long list of people. This must be a big issue. Let's see how many pages it has, if it tells me. It doesn't tell me the page count, but I'm assuming it's a lot. It has to be like a long page. And lastly, Hitomi. Issue number 1. In feudal era Japan, a drifter with no prospect begins training in secret under Yakuza. Yasuki, a once famous disgraced warrior, as she struggles to find her place in society, entrenched in discrimination and violence. This is 32 pages from Image Comics. It is written by H.S. Talk, artist by Isabella Mazzanti, letterer Rob Jones. It seems interesting. It really does. It has some variant covers by Peach Momoko. Wow. And that is your week. There is like a show I have been watching on Paramount Plus. I'm not sure if any of you guys have been watching this show. It's called Ghosts. It reminds me of Community mixed in with Being Human. This couple move into this home after a relative dies, and when they move to the home, one of the tenants hits their head, and they can see the ghosts that live inside of it. There's like over at least 20 ghosts that live inside like this estate. Not just the house, but like the estate itself. And they all have different stories, different tales about why they're there. But like, it's a weird story. It's funny. It's cute. I'm on a second season right now, and that's the reason why I'm watching it, because that's the second season attached to it. Like, if it didn't have a second season, I would not be, like, I wouldn't even waste my time watching it. Like, I can't stand watching a show that only gets one season, then, like, it just stops. I can't be living my life like that. I just can't. But I wish I had more to say. I know this is a 20-minute episode, not as long as the other ones. I apologize for that. But I'm going to hit you up with another one this week. Probably get like more of my A game this time. I'm D of fto-nerd-talk. And until next time, you guys take it easy. Hey guys, D here of fto-nerd-talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about fto-nerd-talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.